There we go. Happy Monday.
Hi, everyone. Welcome to Crystal Convos. I'm Coral.
I'm Andrew.
We're so happy that you're here to hang out with us. Talking about what we love, crystals, and all things having to do with crystals. Tonight's theme is...
Spirit world. So spirits, ghosts, creatures, and other things alike.
Things that go bump in the night.
Things that scare the crap out of you and will not scare the crap out of you too.
And crystals you can use as spiritual and physical protection.
Mm-hmm. Indeed. I'm glad you said it as spiritual protection too, because, you know, what we get into.
Well, you can hit someone in the head with it, or you can, like, pray with it. Multiple ways of protecting yourself.
Take a...
Yeah, that's why I said physical, and I made this gesture. Physical protection. You could take someone out.
Oh, I know.
With a piece of black tourmaline.
I know.
Take them out to dinner.
I'd like to get taken out to dinner. That'd be nice.
So, yeah.
Just waiting on some people.
We're excited.
Tom's here.
Chakra and a sakra.
That's hilarious.
We love Tom. He is comic relief on the team, if anyone was wondering. It would be funny if we all got labeled like a superpower, like a Powerpuff Girl, like Tom is comic relief.
What would I be?
Not comic relief, for sure. Unless it's 2 or 3 o'clock when the dad jokes scare me.
Dad jokes.
Yeah. Andrew would be obviously the resident wizard. All things,
totally cool with
all things ancient old man. Like anything having to do with dinosaurs.
What the hell is this? Is it gray beards and creaking bones and dying
barn owls? Andrew is our resident wizard, and Tom is our comic relief. And now it's your guys' turn to categorize me. What's my Powerpuff Girl power?
All I got was old. So I don't know what to give you.
Resident wizard.
And
he only
old.
just heard the word. I said the word old and 100 other words, and he just latched onto the word old. He's our resident wizard, and Tom's our resident jester.
Resident Joker.
Jester.
Coming for you, Batman.
And Andrew just doesn't want to say that I'm the queen on television because he is afraid my head won't fit through the door if he calls me what I really am on the camera. Yeah.
No, I feel like you'd be the sorceress.
Yes!
All of us, right? Because it makes sense, but I didn't want to say it because it's basically the same thing as wizard, and I feel like I would just be tailgating.
Heath Ledger. I don't get it.
Heath Ledger is the guy who
the Joker.
Yeah.
Stupid. Sorry. I don't get I don't get it. I don't understand. Yeah, that makes sense. I'll totally take sorceress, and a wizard and a sorceress are not the same.
Well, but
I
mean, like, it's closer than a lot of other things that you can say.
Yeah. Anyways. So glad that we can all have
Sarah, doesn't it?
Our designated welcome in crew. It's nice to have our Crystal Convo homies with us. So yeah, now that we have our designated personas for the evening, the wizard and the sorceress are going to talk about otherworldly energetic vibrations, which is what I like to call them, right? Ghosts, spirits, goblins, demons, elves, creatures, right? These are all just words, nouns, right, to describe certain things, but those are all English words, right? And there are so many languages in the world, and so these beings, if they do exist, don't just exist in America. They exist in other parts of the world. So there are other names for them in other languages. It doesn't make either of the names less true because they're different. They're describing the same thing. So what I like to call ghosts, apparitions, spirits, angels, right, whatever, are just different energetic vibrations, which is also what human beings are, right? And some energetic vibrations have a physical form. Some energetic vibrations have a completely invisible form, and then some energetic vibrations have a corporeal Is that a word? Did I get that word right? I feel like it describes like a gossamer, luminescent, corporeal. I'm butchering that word, but an iridescent form. So, anyways, just my thought on calling them certain things.
One thing going into it too is to remember that they're not all good and they're not all bad, depending on what a human has used it for, number one, which I will get into. Number two, depending on what it is, you know? So, one thing I will say is that dealing with all of these comes with their own sets of rules, depending on what part of the world you're from, too. Because these creatures, spirits, well, I'm going to leave spirits out of this sentence, because of what I'm going to describe later. Ghosts and even demons, these... depending on what part of the world, they know how to operate for those specific people. And knowing how to operate for them allows them to get what they need to done. So everyone has their own set of rules for this, and we're going to dive into that. But first, I want to talk about, as always, we're going to have a giveaway at the end of this stream.
What is our giveaway?
Our giveaway is actually this, because it's pretty... useful when it comes to traversing the spirit world, because it's what you're in.
This is a Merkaba, which is a sacred geometry, sacred geometrical mathematical shape. It sits like this, but it's meant to be like a star. And it spins. My hand is not big enough, but it spins like that, and it spins really quickly. Tom wants me to get that shot. Oh, yes. Yes, there it is.
Oh, it's all coming together now.
It spins like this. Now, I'm spinning super slowly because I'm a human and that's what we do. If your soul was using this to travel, which is what the ancient texts say that it does, that your soul travels into your body and out of your body on birth and death in the Merkaba, it would spin so quickly you wouldn't even be able to see the points, right? It would just be spinning like crazy. Yeah. This is made out of selenite. Selenite is a light stone. It brings light and removes negativity and heaviness and brings in light and happiness. So what an amazing giveaway. Funky Stuff Crew is in a generous mood this evening because this is a huge honking hunk of light Merkaba. Oh, yeah. So cool. I'm excited.
So remember to get into the Wheel of Names to be able to possibly win this selenite Merkaba. You have to comment something, even if
like so many people are. Gretchen, exactly. Jordan, Sarah, Lisa. Hi, everybody. Hey, Kai, Tom. Everybody. Welcoming in Kai's name to the Wheel of Names.
So, but I didn't get into the Wheel of Names last week.
Andrew's in the Wheel of Names too, everyone. Yay! We will put Resident Wizard on his tag. If the Resident Wizard wins, he's going to get his own light traveling machine, Merkaba.
So first, on spirits, ghosts, demons, and creatures, I wanted to talk about spirits. Spirits are the deceased. They are not ghosts. Though those words are not synonymous because of what... Did you guys go to Levitate? Yeah, Funky Stuff was at Levitate. I personally wasn't there. Cora, were you there?
No, I was not. So, someone has to hold down the fort.
Yeah.
You're welcome, team. We're holding it down.
Yeah, so spirits are not ghosts, and I'm going to make that very large distinction in a minute. But spirits are... the best way to describe it is like it's a light in the room. It's someone coming back here to watch over you, to protect you, or just to be around you. A lot of times you'll see it, or you'll see a spirit. Sometimes you'll remember a smell that your grandmother had, or you'll feel a touch. And for some people, that can be extremely mentally taxing. There was actually a movie I wanted to bring up talking about this, and if no one has ever seen it, you absolutely should. It's a Robin Williams movie called What Dreams May Come. And
can't wait to watch it.
Oh, you would.
I love Robin Williams. I feel like I've seen it. I need to see like the cover art, but if I haven't seen it, it's my homework.
Quick synopsis. I'm not really giving much away, But basically, Robin Williams and his kids pass away, and his wife is an artist, and they end up communicating with each other through her art. And
yes.
Yeah. So you would absolutely love it.
I love it already.
You would like fall in love with this movie. It's a sad movie, but also beautiful. So it's absolutely amazing. My spirits come to warn me mostly. My guardians in the other realm. Yeah, exactly, Teresa. So the a lot of times you can feel them, you can hear them even. I know I'm going to talk about a ton of experience that I had with this, but I know actually when my childhood dog died, I was already living in a crazy home as far as everything else goes, but that comes later. As far as spirits goes, the first spirit that was in my childhood home was my dog. All I would hear is her collar around the house. I would hear her little pitter patters around the house for about 3 months after she passed away. And she didn't even pass away in my house. She passed away somewhere else. But that was the house that she lived in her whole life. So I had her collar above my bed too. So every time I would hear the collar, I'm like, I know where that damn thing is. So I know it's playing around on me. So so that's like, it's like a gentle feeling, someone that's around you that's familiar or important to you, and are very soothing. Do you have any, before I go on or talk about even the ghost portion, do you have any experience with spirits?
Plenty, but I think you're doing a great job. And I think the little snippets that people are giving us about their experiences are all right on, right?
Yeah.
When you're a spirit, you can go anywhere on Earth or dimensionally, right? At least those are my thoughts. And so for a spirit to take the time to hang out with you, it's usually over something, right? The dog missing Andrew, or your guardians, Teresa, coming to warn you about something. I find that my guides usually only come around when they have something to tell me, right? Because when you're a light body, when you're a rainbow light body, the universe is yours, right? So you're not really hanging out at Costco with Nana all the time. So I would say that yes, spirits usually make themselves known when there's something worth sharing. They're not gonna text you good night every night.
No.
That's
as much as you might want them to.
Yeah.
But a huge distinction between spirits and ghosts is that, let's think about any movie or any story in folklore. Ghosts don't have a good connotation. Ghosts are also deceased people, but they generally have something to finish, or they have revenge to take out on. There's a lot of reasons why there's a negative energy around them. And again, what Coral said earlier too, this is all semantics. So some people might think what I said earlier was ghost, and some people think what I'm about to say is spirit. This is just describing the different entities and different energies that are out there. And of course, there's all different languages, and there's all different ways to describe these things. And I'm going to bring up a couple from at least my heritage. But yes, ghosts are mainly those that have things to finish. And
an energetic imprint.
Exactly.
Right? A lot of the time it has to do with trauma.
Definitely
as well,
not Casper research.
Because most spirits want to move on, right? And we can discuss about where they're moving on to all night long, right? But we can agree that they're not staying here. If you think that there's anything more than just nothingness, well, they're not staying here, so they're doing something, going somewhere. So the spirit does not want to be a ghost. It does not want to stay on Earth or in a house or in a repeated pattern. So if there is the presence of a ghost, that is a serious attachment. That is some serious unfinished business, or some serious trauma or confusion that has severed the tie from the soul, the spirit being able to move to the place that it's supposed to. So not good. And it's usually, the reason, in my opinion, that ghosts don't roam the streets is because the ghost is tied to the place that the energetic imprint has happened. The trauma, or the house that the dog grew up in, or the house that they died in and they lived in, or they, got robbed or whatever, wherever the imprint has happened, that's where the ghost is going to stay. They don't have free reign because they're not supposed to be here.
And one of the big things that she just touched upon is being able to move on and having that tie be severed. That's partially the unfinished business too, where they don't know how. And even having that negative energy around because they're sad. Whether it's sad or anger, it doesn't matter. We're going to feel it as negative anyways. We're going to feel like, oh, I don't know if I really want to be in this room. I don't know why, but I don't really want to be in this room. And that's because maybe there's a sad energy in there. It's not always something trying to attack you. Sometimes they might be right in your face and obviously you can't see it. And they're like, get me, help me, what the hell? And then you're just like, oh, this room's a little weird. You know, so...
that weird room on the left that nobody goes into.
Exactly, right? And then you lock the doors and they're like, great, now I can't get anyone's attention. So that's where some important people, and I'll bring them up in the future on this show too, is that people like shamans, witches, druids, or anything of the like, even priests, we're all trained to be able to help these spirits. So if you have an issue, deducing what kind of thing you're dealing with, because you don't want to just banish something that is trying to get to the next place. Where are you banishing it to? It's not where it's supposed to be. So you want to make sure you're doing the right thing too. So if you try to do this at home, if you need to do it at home, it's a little, it's like a do not try this at home, kids. It's, you have to really study the situation. It takes a while. It's not like they can show up the first day and then all of a sudden, boom, yeah, everything's fine. It's like, nah. But one thing I will say is that having crystals that can protect you, such as black tourmaline and tiger's eye, helps reduce that negative energy feeling in the area, so you can accurately depict what it is and what is happening, so you have a clearer mind as to what you're going about with. And if you want to subdue it, rose water, Florida water, rose quartz, sage, palo santo, there's a lot of things you can do to help your home. Even regular incense a lot of people just use.
Copal,
yes,
frankincense, myrrh,
so
rosemary, angelica root,
anything rose petals. I make my own rose water,
of course. Resident wizard.
Well, it's good. Also,
it's excellent for your skin, for your hair, for your room, for your central nervous system.
And if you add a little bit of sugar and you make it into a syrup, put some of that on vanilla bean ice cream, it's stupid good. What are you supposed to say?
We're going to do that.
It sounds good, doesn't it?
I've tried it. I love rose-infused everything. Tea, honey, ice cream, love it. Lemonade.
Yeah. Rose lemonade. I've never had rose lemonade.
Oh, fantastic.
I'm going to just have all of this syrup ready to just do a bunch of other stuff. So, one of the big things I wanted to touch upon too is not only figuring out how to get them to pass over and talk about things like this, but also what you can accidentally bring in when you're allowing them to get through. If you're not just closing the portal or making sure that the portal is just accurate, other things can come in, such as demons. That's a possibility. And if I wouldn't be doing any of you justice, or we wouldn't be doing any of you justice if we didn't talk about this tonight.
Truth!
Because then if you try to do this and then you're like, what the hell, something's in my house now, it's like, oh, sorry, I didn't tell you about that part. That was in the fine print.
Can't just be all love and light. Gotta talk about that other stuff too, the uncomfortable stuff.
So demons. Depending on your culture, depending on your religion, depending on a lot of different things, everyone thinks a demon can be different. We all might think they look different, they all have different names, things like that. One thing I will bring up is that the word demon is usually associated with Catholicism and Christianity. Just the word. And it being that word, I will say that, as many people have probably already figured out, because it was ingrained in all of us as kids, or at least most of us, is that they're helpers of Satan and they want to ruin the world, and it's you know, they possess you and things like that. And it's like, yeah, well, you know, I mean, considering what they are, yes, that's true. And I will talk on the possessions and things like that as well, is that with demons, it's not so cut and dry. It's not like a spirit where you're like, sage, be free, you know, or like you're helping them get food. No, they don't want to get food anywhere. They don't want to go back to where they're from. They want you. They want to take over you. They want to ruin your life. They want to ruin your family. They want to ruin your any relationship you've built up. And any small bit of leeway you give them, they take that as an opportunity. They're already inside of you. Like, that's the thing, is that it's very difficult to traverse demons. So when opening this portal, you have to be extremely careful to not allow anything else in, which is why I implore everyone to find people who know what they're doing. Or get trained yourselves. That's fine too. Like, it doesn't matter. Point is,
and when he says by what you're doing, he means setting a container, a safe space. And so there's lots of different spiritual practices that have different ways of doing this, but it's all about intention. The mind is a powerful thing, right? The mind is what tells your arm to race, right? And what tells your eyes to blink and your heart to beat. The mind is a powerful thing. And I feel like society at large does not want us to know what a powerful tool our mind is. And so when you set your mind to setting a safe container, whether that's by smudging or praying or chanting or drumming or using crystals or the moonlight, there are 1,000 ways to do it. But set the intention for the safe, protected space so that you don't have to ever encounter a negative energetic experience. Because that's all you have to do, is have a positive, bright intention, and the demonic forces or the low vibration forces, they just can't be around it. It's almost like bright sunlight on a cockroach, right? They just want nothing to do with it. They're gonna look for a dark place to hide as quickly as they can, and if left long enough in the sun, they will die. They will not survive. So all you have to do is be the light in whatever way feels best to you, and the demonic force can just not even attach. I get nervous sometimes with the discussion about demons or possessions or anything like that, because I think that some people have an anxious nature already, and when they consider that there's any type of negative vibration out there in the world, they feel like that vibration is just like following them or haunting them, or they're afraid to do any sort of healing work or sound work or divination or tarot cards because they're afraid of a demonic presence or possession. Now, I'm not saying it won't happen. It certainly could, but it's not that likely, especially if you educate yourself on the matters and aren't just running around all willy-nilly, right? Even Harry Potter went to school about it, and now in 2023, there's so much information out there to educate you in these things. I just would hate for anyone to be afraid to express themselves spiritually or explore spirituality because they're afraid of possession. Does that make sense?
Absolutely.
Because what he's saying is absolutely correct, and forewarned is forearmed. But I would hate for a paranoia to set in, because there aren't demons waiting under your bed to get you.
No, that's why this is specifically about if you're opening a portal to help things get through. There isn't you good? There isn't thousands, like she said, there isn't thousands of demons just walking around waiting to find you.
Snatch your baby! Get your mom!
That's not how it is. In fact, there's more good spirits than there are bad. And I am more than comfortable saying that because of all my encounters that I've had. Actually, I wanted to share one experience real quick.
Please,
one of my, I don't know if you want to call it a gift or not, but one of my gifts is that I can see spirits and I can speak to them, almost like if I'm speaking to Coral right now.
Of course, you wouldn't be a wizard otherwise. We wouldn't let him.
I wouldn't be old, right? So one of my favorite things to do is the day after Halloween, the morning after. I go to the cemetery and I go see what I can find, and I go and try to bring some level of peace with my presence as well. I remember I had this was about 6 years ago. I had gone to Hope Cemetery in Worcester, and I remember I was around the Veterans Memorial that's there with all the flags and then the like cannon things. And I was with one of my exes at the time. I told her, I was like, I'm just gonna stand here. You can do like whatever you want. So she was walking around somewhere else, and then I remember seeing a shadow right near his grave, touching his grave, holding on to his grave. So we talked. I asked him about him, his life. He was like, "Oh, me and my sister are here. This is what has happened to us, things like that. I died of a sickness, etc." And it was crazy. It was very, very interesting to speak to him. And then I got a name, and his name was George. And I was like, oh, well, that's, I have no problem giving my name to this spirit. I had no issue. I'm not saying go off and do that, but that's just me. So I told him my name, and it was a very healthy conversation. Like I said, just like talking to Coral right here. And as the sun was moving closer, there was more light coming in. I had told him, I was like, it's almost time for you to go, because it was around 11:30. And he was like, yeah, I think I'll just go now. I was like, all right, well, I'll see you possibly next year, possibly never. And then sure-ish, that shadow figure just went straight into the ground. And I go up to the grave, or my ex came up to me, because I'm not speaking out loud, obviously. I'm just staring into the distance like this. And she's probably like, what the hell is this dude doing?
Being his wizard self, day after Halloween, gotta hit the tombstones,
It's one day. It's like so gotta hit the tombstones, dude. So she comes over, and I told her, and she was just like, really? And I'm just like, check it out. We're gonna walk to that grave. The dude's name is George. I swear. I've never seen this grave in my life. Dude's name is George. Sister's name is Georgina. Kind of weird, but I wouldn't name my kids that. But here we are. That happened. Very interesting stuff, though. Very, very interesting stuff. And like I said, I've encountered more happier spirits than negative. And even in my house when I was a child, nothing ever tried to hurt me. If anything, things only tried to have fun, like play. So all of my stuff would go missing. And then it would just show up underneath my bed. It's like, I never put it there. And listen, I'm not exactly clean, okay? I'm not like going home and organizing everything every day. Believe me. So I know, well, even with that, I know I didn't put it underneath my bed. There was stuff like that. There's times where I had seen shadow figures in my house. I know there was the way my house was set up, it was a long ranch house. And my piano was on the end of the house. So if you turned around right on the piano bench 180 degrees, you could see to the end of the home, because it was just living room, hallway, bathroom, done. So playing piano was always creepy to me, because I knew what was in the house, and my back is turned to my whole home, the thing that has all these things in it. And to the right of me was actually a whole wall that was mirrors, and I don't know what sorry soul thought that was a good idea. But every time I was playing, shit you not, I saw things next, not only to the mirror. I would hear things. Like, when you sit on a couch and that indent on a leather couch makes that creaking sound, I heard that. There was so much that had happened into that house that I could go on and on and on and on about, but I won't bore all of you with that.
Please don't.
So anyways, to go to all the stories of that home, so I can now bore everyone with it, is that, but no, like, there were times where I heard my name called and things like that. There was only one more story I will talk about, because it was a very, 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 very interesting story.
Interesting story instead of a boring one. How exciting and refreshing. Can't wait to hear it.
None of these have been boring.
No, good job, Andrew.
Oh, hold on. I used to live in a townhouse with a spirit. My roommate and I would wake up with bruises and scratches. See, now, interesting. At that point in time, I wouldn't call, me personally, as far as my semantics go, I wouldn't call it a spirit. If anything, it would be closer to a ghost trying to get attention, or something a little bit further. But what I will say is that there was only one time where something truly tried to go in. I was in the bathroom. I know, a little TMI. I was taking a shower, but I I had the door shut and locked because I always do. That's just like a me thing. And the lights were on. They turned off. They turned on. They turned off. They turned on. They did that 6 times in a row. Then I heard banging on the door, like very, 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 very loud, very loud. And as that continued, I was like, fine, I'll get out, because I thought it was my dad trying to get in, because we only had one bathroom and he gets like that. So I get out, the door is wide open, which I didn't even know. I was like, I don't know how he did that, but that's fine. I turned the lights back on, and then I went up to him and I'm like sopping wet. I was like, what do you want? And then he's just like, why are you yelling at me? And then we had a little bit of an argument. And he had told me, he was like, I didn't hear any. He was just sitting in the living room. I didn't hear any knocking. I heard no footsteps. All I heard was a shower running. So I heard and saw everything that he wasn't hearing and seeing, even though it was right down the hall. So that is an interesting story. Very interesting. So, yeah.
Oh, glad you didn't slip and fall coming out of the shower. Sopping wet.
Okay. So
he mentioned that he went to the graveyard the day after Halloween, and it is very prominent and prevalent in multiple cultures, many cultures, that anywhere from like the 30th of October to the 3rd of November, right? We celebrate Halloween here, but there's so many different sacred holidays that fall in that time frame in other cultures. So, you know, they call it the thinning of the veil. The veil in between the spirit world and our world is a little bit thinner in that time frame around All Hallows Eve and All Saints Days and All Souls Day and Halloween and whatnot. So if you were going, if there was a time, the best time to speed dial the other world, it would be at that time. Also, more of a chance of something you don't like answering the phone on the other side, because just as much as it's easier for us and thinner for us, it's also easier for them and thinner for them to transverse the veil. But I just wanted to point that out for anybody who didn't know the significance of why he's choosing the day after Halloween to visit, because it, for whatever reason, is easier at that time than in the middle of June to speak to the other side.
And Gabby, yes, they can. Because if you think about it, being a deceased person, you can choose where to go. You can choose.
To a degree.
Well,
because you get told where to go.
Now that's where different practices and different...
if you could go wherever you wanted on the other side, why would anybody return? Why would anybody learn a lesson? Why would anybody suffer? Right, but...
We have lessons to learn.
Right,
you choose to suffer.
But you also get assigned.
See, that's where we disagree. That's
all right,
where
that's fine. Andrew and I disagree a lot.
Yeah, we do.
You absolutely do get some choice, but you also don't get to just be like, well, I'm going to skip levels 1 through 10 and just go right to level 11 and hang out with Jesus.
I didn't talk about skipping levels.
You're just like, oh, you get to choose. They get to choose where they go. Kind of, but like you have to stay in your level. Okay,
in the
that's
3D
all.
plane. Maybe I should have specified.
You don't get to like pass go and collect 200 and hang out with Jesus. You got to do the board first.
That's the thing,
all.
is that you do have lessons to learn, and that gains you access to different places, right? But as far as the 3D world goes, I do believe that you can choose to go wherever you want. Just like if you're astral projecting here, you can choose to do that. You can choose to visit a friend. Just like Gabby, honestly, right now, I could astral project and just choose to go wherever I want. I can choose to go to California Beach if I wanted to. Keep coming back until all of your lessons are... Yeah, correct. Lisa, I also agree with that.
Yeah, Gabby has a great question. Can a deceased person visit you at a house he has never been to? I'll give you my thoughts, and I'm sure Andrew will give some sort of opposition. A spirit in my opinion, a healthy, healed, evolved spirit on the other side, right? Not someone who has trauma or was murdered or anything like that. That's a rainbow light body. They are just soul. They are just spirit. They are just light. So they can go wherever they want, at a house they have never been to, in a country they've never been to. They can see you and your brother at the same time, visit you both, and you can live across the country from each other, right? A rainbow light body is capable of being in multiple places at once in an instant. So yes, they can go to a house that they've never been to. Now, I will say, I think that it's easier for spirits to intervene in the 3D physical world in ways that feel comfortable and familiar to them. The room smells like roses, and your grandmother always smelled like roses, and the smell is there and then the smell is not there, right? If your grandmother made the room smell like cheeseburgers, you wouldn't have thought of her, right? That's not going to come as easy to her as that's, you know, she smelled like roses in her waking life for years. So it's easier for her rainbow light body to make that vibration or that scent happen in the room, right? So his dog visiting him, you know, at their home, even though the dog died at a different place, you know, it's easier for the soul of that dog to go to that place. So I hope that answers your question. Yes, I think a spirit, a rainbow light body can go anywhere, multiple dimensions, but I do think that they go back to their tombstone or go back to their childhood home or visit you as a bird that they always liked during their living time, right? Because they can't call you and they can't text you and they can't write you a letter. So they want the clearest way to get your attention. And often that is involving something that was prevalent to them in their life. But yeah, I think they can go anywhere. What do you think, Captain Wizard?
Well, that's why I brought up what I talked about before you brought that up. Because I agree.
Wonderful.
Because that's, yeah.
So happy to hear.
So yeah, we agree.
Woo! I'm so glad you guys are really enjoying it.
Yes.
It's funny. I'm glad that you're enjoying it because when Andrew said that we were talking about like spirits and otherworldly things, I was like, oh boy, you're really opening Pandora's box here. We're really going deep and going more than just the crystals, because people feel very strongly about angels and ghosts and spirits and the dead, and it can be a tough topic, and I know that Andrew and I don't agree on a lot of things that have to do with the spirit world, so I was ready for tonight to be a lot of opposing beliefs, but I'm glad you guys are eating it up, and we'll have to take a vote, Team Coral or Team Andrew, on what the spirits.
Way more than you think we do.
You know what? I will say that Andrew has changed my mind about many a thing about the spirit world and really convinced me on some thought processes that I was not open to a couple years ago. So I will say he does know what he is talking about. He has had the experiences that so many of us only dream about. So,
but I also have to say likewise about you too. So
I don't know that is accurate, but I guess, more than the average Joe. I feel like not as much as Andrew because he's a straight shaman, but I will say that I do have more spiritual and energetic exchanges than the average Joe walking down the street. So
no conversation is ever one-sided. So whatever conversations I helped you with, you were helping me too. Mm-hmm. But Michelle, yes, I was going to bring up when she brought up the bird, is that my grandfather does show up as a cardinal because they were the first. So my grandfather was a bird breeder in his real life, his 3D life. So he and I always bonded over birds, and his favorite bird in the wild was a cardinal. So every time I see it, I think of him. And honestly, oddly enough, every time I talk about him, I see a cardinal within like 20 minutes. I'm just like, this dude is always listening.
Oh, that's not going to happen tonight because it's nighttime.
No.
And the cardinals are there, but he's not going to see them.
If I go outside and see a cardinal, I'm going to be pissed. I'm going to be like, dude, just let it happen. People talk about you. So, the only thing I will say to finish up the demon talk
Oh no.
Finish. I can't just leave it open.
Can't leave the portal open. If you hear anything from us tonight, if you are going to call something in, you better send it home, whether it is good, bad, or indifferent. If you open something up, you better close that up. Okay, basic home training.
It's like dealing with a Ouija board.
Yeah, basic home training. If you are calling something in, be sure to send it home. Right, even if it's just the directions. When I call in the guardians of the east, the guardians of the south, the guardians of the west, the guardians of the north, if I don't send them home, they will wake me up.
Yeah.
And say, girl, you did not just leave us here holding the sacred space and you're napping. So it doesn't have to be bad, but don't call the spirits in and not send them back. Don't call God in and then not let them go. Like it's not a Polly Pocket. You can't just hold on to it.
Let me tell you this. If one of my descendants ends up becoming a shaman and they call in the ancestors and they don't end the circle, I'm going to be friggin' pissed. Because then I'm stuck there.
Yeah.
Waiting around a fire that's done.
Correct. And they won't return, just like a party guest. Like they will not. You can't leave the goddess hanging out on your bedroom floor. Like you have to send her back to her temple, and she will not return. It's disrespectful.
It's like anyways,
but both for your safety and for your success, right? We don't want to call anything in that's going to make yourself or your space unsafe. And also we want all of your prayers and your meditations and your cleansings and your prosperities to be successful. And energies don't like to be disrespected. I know that that's like a human concept, and sometimes I wish that they were above that, and they are, right? Because we make 100 transgressions a day and they still forgive us and love us and support us. But like, let's keep it as a hostess with the mostest, right? You wouldn't leave your friends in the living room while you went to bed. Some people, but you get what I'm saying.
Like,
anyways,
I'm thirsty, figure it out.
Right, I'm thirsty, figure it out. That's it, right?
Yeah, they will let you know,
right,
Sarah. They will let you know. But like I said, just to quickly finish up.
Yeah, because we're gonna get into the crystals next. So Andrew's gonna finish up with another boring story, and then we're gonna get into
those crystals. We still have to talk about the creatures.
Okay.
Oh, I'm full of boring stories tonight. Don't worry.
All right, we'll let Andrew talk about creatures for a little bit, and then we're going to go into the stones. Yes. The stones for tonight are black tourmaline and tiger's eye. I'm sure you've been dying to know what crystals we're going to do tonight. And we're doing tiger's eye and black tourmaline, both for protection. And selenite, the giveaway.
Is that a dinosaur? So,
yes, it is.
Basically, really quick thing on... demonic things. If you do suspect it, just seek help. That's the biggest thing.
Call us up at Funky Stuff. Andrew gets many a phone call about people asking how to get demons out of their house. We're not kidding.
I actually do. Yeah.
I'm not kidding. Yes. So we can help you. We have the tools at Funky Stuff to help you remove demons from your house.
Yes, we got you. Now moving on to creatures and cryptids. What are these? What are these things? There are creatures from folklore that if you do believe in them, now they exist. Because partially to my belief is that a lot of the reasons why these things exist is because we give it the time and day.
Absolutely, Andrew, get out of my mind. I was just going to say, any creature exists that we talk about and think about and believe in. The mind is a powerful thing. Creating our existence, creating our whole planet.
Exactly. So... just a quick thing is talking about creatures and how to deal with them is that I'm going to bring up two examples. So a siren. What do you need to do with the... Is that the wrong siren?
They're spelled the same way.
So, you are all making my Nintendo Force magazine reading so much more funky. Nintendo Force magazine, what's that? So, dealing with the siren. Oddly enough, they sing to you, you sing back. You have to... it's kind of...
Is that what you meant? That's what I would say.
Something like that. So either they will think either the siren will think that you're one of them, or you will be so powerfully bigger than their voice that they have to flee. Oddly enough, it's like if you see a bear in the woods, you act bigger, right? And
sometimes.
Well, sometimes you run away, sometimes it's bad to run away. I don't know. I've never encountered that. I'm actually not allowed to hurt bears, so if they hurt me, I just have to accept it.
I love that Tom knows the Odyssey and the parables. Yes. He definitely went up. Sarah, too, you both just went up a peg in my book. The Odyssey is difficult to read. It's a classic, but it is difficult to read. And so the fact that you guys even know what that is, kudos to you. Sirens. So, do we think sirens are the same as mermaids?
No.
Oh, Andrew says no.
Absolutely not.
Absolutely not.
Siren is from, sorry, I get a little touchy about this subject. Sirens are not mermaids. Mermaid is an adopted word as further in time as siren. So it is dealing with semantics at that point.
If it's dealing with semantics, then that would imply that they're the same.
Well, I can't say that I can't say that they're the same because people think mermaids are not sirens, which means people think mermaids. I've encountered a lot of people. It may not be you, that I've encountered a lot of people that think mermaids are completely good, and all loving and all fun, just like.
But I asked you, not a stupid person.
I know. Well, I'm trying
just
to
kidding.
tread lightly.
I want all mermaids to be like the Little Mermaid, and I want them all to be love and light and good, and all have a singing fish and a crab. But we all know that with any species of any animal on the planet, right? Fish. There's good and bad, right? So if mermaids and sirens do exist, there are good sirens and there are bad mermaids.
Yes.
It's just there's no one evil thing.
Sirens are not all evil.
Yeah.
That's the thing. Like you can go back into very far in folklore and see that not all sirens are evil. But another one I wanted to bring up as well is that a succubus. So a succubus, if you couldn't tell, is one that latches on and deals with more of a provocative nature. If I'm being completely PC.
A succubus steals your sensual energy. It creates sensual fire within you and then steals it. And a lot of the time your sensual fire is enhanced when you are afraid. So they pair that fear and that passion together for like liquid shots of whiskey for them.
Because the succubus wants nothing more than for you to, whether it doesn't matter on what end you are on, male or female, or considering, the succubus wants to enter into the child that is created from this fire.
That's up for debate, but that's what Andrew thinks, and he might not be wrong.
And
I don't know that every succubus wants impregnation as their final goal, but I have never asked one, so I will hold space for that.
I have had to deal with one. It sucks. It literally sucks.
She just really wanted to impregnate Andrew.
It was not attached to me. It was unfortunately someone I did know.
Did you already tell me that story? Am I thinking who I'm thinking of? Yeah, I can't believe you're using that as an example.
Well, I'm not using anything. So I need to explain the ritual though. I need to explain the ritual. So the ritual involves an egg. So
eggies.
So
scrambled.
You need. You're not going to want to scramble these eggs. So you need an egg, and essentially you need to trap the succubus in the egg because the egg means new life. It's what the succubus is looking for.
True.
So if you can entrap it in the egg and the egg never hatches organically and biologically, then the succubus essentially dies.
I have heard of this before.
So
he's not making it up. I don't know that it's effective, but I have heard of it before. I have heard of it before. Yeah.
So moving on to the crystals. All right. What?
Nothing. What? Ready for the crystals.
I'm ready.
And I just want to remind everyone, because I don't want anyone to be filled with fear and anxiety.
Yeah.
Like, you do not have a siren or a succubus in your life unless you are doing horribly erratic, unexpected, destructive behavior and everybody around you is concerned, right? This isn't, oh, I hooked up with my ex again, dag nabbit.
Yep.
Oh, I can't stop thinking about my neighbor when he mows his lawn with his shirt off. Or, like, succubus is really dark, destructive, perverse sexual energy. And the same thing with the siren. A siren isn't like, oh, I feel like I keep hearing these voices on the wind. It's more of like those boats that disappear because the crew and the captain that are seasoned maritime, enthusiasts or professionals, whatever, veer off course or disappear, or, it's that sort of very unusual, erratic, dangerous, unexpected behavior. They would never just be something casual like, oh, I got lost on a boat and we missed the pier and I spent an hour looking for the shore, right? That's not siren energy. It's like, bring you to your doom. Succubus and sirens are trying to bring you to your doom. So unless you are hurling towards your doom, you don't have to worry.
And usually even people that are unknowing of spirituality and like don't even believe in it will say things to you about you that lead to that. So yeah, like she's saying, you don't have to be afraid, because even people that aren't in spirituality would be able to be like, dude, I think actually something's up, So, yeah.
2 questions. One, a family member is probably not a succubus. I mean, certainly someone in your family could become one, but the dark perversion of their soul would have to be so strong that it'd have to be a really perverse person. I'm trying to think of a different word, but probably not. Succubus, they feed on your fear and your arousal. And so that could be someone that you know or someone in your family, but that there's no light and no goodness and no fun. It's not like sexy fun time. There are some beings that are all about, sparking your passion and your creativity and Beltane energy, right? Like maypole, sexy fun time. That's not a succubus. So probably all of my exes. It's possible. It's possible that your exes, your family members, your friends are succubuses, but then they're a very destructive person if they are. And then the other question was, crystals to help reach a lost loved one. I'm going to give a few and then you can give a few.
Yes.
Crystals for a lost loved one. To reach a lost loved one, I'm going to say angelite. Angelite helps you connect with angelic beings, spirits, those that have passed on. It helps your clairvoyancy and your intuition to hear, even maybe if you're not unable to speak, maybe just to hear from them. Sometimes it's just nice to hear, and I love you, or you're doing a great job, right, from the people we miss. So I'm going to say angelite, apophyllite. Apophyllite is like as close to quartz as I can get. Super high vibrational, upper crown chakra, soul star chakra, like pure divine white light, just like spirits are, right? That rainbow light body. And I guess I'll leave some for Andrew. I guess maybe quartz, right? Because quartz is such a high vibration. Spirits are a high vibration. Unless if it's a low vibration spirit, that's when you get demons, succubus, even some levels of like fairy and goblin, right? They're just low vibration. If you're looking for angels, ascended masters, loved ones from a healed space, you got to go real high and higher than a human being, right? So I would go for all high vibrational stones: quartz, apophyllite, angelite. How you like them apples, Andrew?
I love it.
Ah,
I agree.
excellent. Andrew and I agree on something else. We are on a roll.
Can I add a couple?
Wait, 3. I did 3. You're gonna do 3.
Even though you said quartz, I'll say rose quartz. I love using rose quartz for that. And I know she might be disagreeing right now. I can
No, I agree.
Oh, you do?
I do agree.
You agree?
Reaching to the other side from a loving, nurtured place is the best way.
Mm-hmm. So, rose quartz. I would personally, I know lapis was already said, so I will say an alternative, which is celestite. I would use celestite.
That was on my list. Celestite was on my list, so I'll give a check plus for that, because not only is it light, it is protective, and so that's excellent.
There is one that is not on her list. And I know she was waiting for it because this is something we talk about all the time.
Yeah, whatever. Hi, Lexi. Love you.
Prehnite.
Whatever.
Prehnite. It is a stone that is very good for healing when there's a time of ending, whether it's death or an ending of a job or an ending of a relationship or ending in general. And I would say that, coupled with rose quartz, I would personally use to communicate. Personally. You don't have to, but it's a very personal use. We're dropping stuff.
How wonderful. I agree. Kind of. For me, prehnite is about healing. Its job is to heal. And so when you heal yourself, then you're capable of communicating with someone in front of you or from someone beyond. So I think prehnite is just fine. Do I think it's protective? No. Do I think it is particularly angelic? No. I think it is about healing the physical and energetic body. It's about healing the healer. It's about healing trauma. It's about manifesting healing on all levels. But you can't have any sort of healthy, clear communication, any authentic expression without healing. So go for it.
Now,
Bum, 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 bum.
it is time for the crystals. Time for the crystals.
I'm so glad you guys agree. I'm so glad you're loving it. Like I said, I was a little bit nervous tonight because, I don't know, spirits and demons and angels and deceased loved ones, like that's a heavy topic. A little bit more. Last week we did numerology, right? Where we talked about numbers, you know. Not too many people have arguments over the dinner table about.
I like to make things spicy.
Yeah, if 222 is more special than 444, right? So he's definitely making it spicy tonight, and you know, I just wasn't sure how it was gonna go, and I'm glad that everybody's loving it and eating it up, and I'm glad we can have the healthy discourse. Andrew and I don't agree, and I'm sure some of you at home don't agree. I'm sure Tom is making a list of things he doesn't agree with, and that is fine because we talk about it and we see other perspectives and other points of view, and we hear from other people's life experiences, and so it's all worth it, and I'm delighted. Yeah, so as Tom mentioned, we are doing a giveaway. I know some people came a little bit later. This is a selenite Merkaba. That can't believe this is our giveaway. It's huge. Merkaba is sacred geometry. It's how the soul travels through the dimensions and how it travels into your body and out of your body upon birth and death. So sacred geometry, selenite is all about removing negativity, placing it with positivity. This is an excellent piece for astral travel, soul journeying, connecting to the spirit realm, soul chakra, crown chakra. The Merkaba is fascinating. If you're interested by this, please Google it. This is something worth Googling. The videos of cats are great, but a Merkaba, and I can spell it if anyone wants. Tom can put it in the chat if you want me to spell it for you, Tom, or you can look it up. But does it say it on here? Yep, it does.
Yep.
I'll just say it out loud. M-E-R-K-A-B-A. Merkaba. Easy enough. So yeah, someone is gonna win that tonight just for commenting. So say what's up, and your name will be on the wheel of names. So glad you guys are loving the show. Okay, let's get, this is your first. I'm so glad that you love it. Yeah, so before we get into the crystals, for those of you that are new, or just to remind everyone, this sale is open for 24 hours. So you're here and you get first dibs, but if you have to step away for any reason or come back or you miss a Monday or whatever, it's recorded. It goes right up on YouTube after Chom, checks it for Invader Zim. And it's open for 24 hours. So you just comment the number. All the crystals will have a number, like number 1, number 2, number 3. You just comment the number, and we'll mail it to you. We'll ship it to you. So you have 24 hours to comment. All of the pieces in tonight's sale are 20% or 20% off. All of the pieces in tonight's sale are 20% off. So that's the bonus of listening to Andrew and I talk like old ladies about spirits for an hour, is that you get 20% off of these crystals. You get entered in for this amazing giveaway. Wowza. And you get Andrew and I's knowledge for free. We charge extra sometimes. You guys are getting it for free, our funky fam. And everything is 20% off. We have got jewelry and freeforms and carved towers, palm stones, pyramids. We're doing black tourmaline and tiger's eye. Super excited. Yeah. Let's do it. What do we want to do first? Black tourmaline?
Yeah.
All right.
That's the first one. They're in order like that.
Number 1. Number uno momento.
These are really cool because I like the termination on the black tourmalines.
Yeah. This is a smoky quartz and black tourmaline. That's the smoky quartz right there. Ooh. Oh. Come on, camera. Show me that good stuff. Oh.
That's true, Gabby. I'm not allowed to charge.
I love it when they grow together. So it naturally grew this way. They did not cut it. They did not polish it. They cut it at the bottom, right here, with that beautiful, geometric, shiny termination. That's all nature. This one is number 1. It was originally $20, and tonight you can receive it for
$16.
$16. It is smoky quartz and black tourmaline, and it is from Nambia. And I'll tell you right now, if you don't get it, I will, because I really like it. So there you go. Number 2, black tourmaline, no smoky quartz, but nice, sleek, clean, clear, crisp lines. That's the part where they cut it, right there on the bottom. And then this beautiful, naturally terminated. This is number 2, black tourmaline. It was originally $20, and tonight you can receive it for
$16.
$16 again. Wowza. Those two were roughly the same. This one is twice as big. Look at this growth. What? Look at these right angles. Look at these obtuse and acute triangles. I don't love math, but I do love math when it's in the shape of a crystal. It just came out of the ground like that. Looks like some Dungeons and Dragons dice. It just blows my mind. Anyways, this is number 3. It was originally $30, and tonight it is
24.
24 buckaroos just for you, kiddo. Last one in our freeform black tourmaline. This is number 4. It's got a little baby. Oh, the little baby. So cute. Little nubbin. Yeah, this one's a little taller. Thinner but taller. It's got like a whole city growing on the side there. What? These are super shiny and gorgeous. This one is number 4. It was originally $20, and this evening you can receive this for
$16.
$16. So protective. Black tourmaline is the number 1 stone for protection.
Hey, Tracy.
You should have it in your car, in your home, by your bed, by your desk, by your wallet, anywhere you have anything precious or important, by your windowsills, right? Number 1 stone for protection. This is number 5. This is a free-form black tourmaline that they polished on the top. So they left the sides all rough and natural like we like it. And then we buffed the top, shiny.
Buff.
And then we put a little velvet thing on the bottom. I just love it. Oh, so smooth. This is number 5. It was originally
$40.
40.
Today you're gonna get it for 32.
32. This is huge. This is perfect for under your bed, by your door, on your window. This is a piece to protect a threshold, right? I would use this to protect a threshold. So a doorway is what I mean by that. A window or a doorway. That is the largest piece we have in tonight's black tourmaline collection. This is piece number 6. It is a black tourmaline sphere. It will come with the sphere stand, so you can gift it or set it up right away. When a carver makes a sphere, they have to start with 4 times the rough. That's why spheres are a little bit more expensive, because in order to get it perfectly circular, they have to start with 4 times the amount of black tourmaline. That's a lot of crystal or whatever.
Number 5, Lisa, congrats.
Yay. Hey Taproot. Hey Tracy, if that's you, or the rest of the gang, hi. Yeah, moving on. Number 7, next sphere. We have 2 spheres tonight. This is number 7. Oh, no, I didn't say how much number 6 was.
16.
I got distracted. Number 6 was originally $20. Tonight, it is $16. This is a great piece for protecting a space or protecting yourself in journey or meditation. Spheres radiate the energy in all directions. And so if you are trying to protect a whole space or trying to protect your physical body, sphere is a great option. This is number 7. Same thing. Also, it was originally $30. Tonight you can have it for $24. And it comes with a stand. These are black tourmaline spheres. Number 8. This is a generator. It would be an obelisk if it had 4 sides. But since it has 8, it is a tower or a generator, an 8-sided tower or a generator. It is beveled on the bottom. That is a mark of true craftsmanship. That is the carver putting in the TLC. He didn't have to bevel it, or she, they did not have, they could have just let it go straight down. And instead they chose to bevel it like that. It just makes it fancy. It's a touch of true care and craftsmanship. This piece is number 8. It was originally $15 and it can go home to you today for $12. This is excellent for your plants, your bookcase, your nightstand, your bathroom counter, right? Excellent for keeping protection in a space. Number 9 is also a generator or a tower. It is also 8-sided. This was originally $12, and tonight you can have it for...
You can have it for $10.
$10. These towers that I'm showing you...
Yes, Sarah, number 8 is yours.
All right. The towers are great for crystal gridding. If you were going to make a crystal grid, right, you would put your other protective crystals or your positivity crystals around the generator. So these are excellent for crystal gridding as well. Moving on into some jewelry. This is number 10. A black tourmaline necklace. Excellent way to keep yourself or your loved ones protected. This was originally $20, and tonight you can receive it for
$16.
$16. It'll come with the necklace cord, so you can wear it or gift it right away. You can even hang this in your rearview mirror. I know a lot of people don't even wear it as a necklace. It's already on the cord. They just throw it right on their rearview mirror in the car, and they're good to go. $16, and we have more of these.
We have one more.
One more. So these have been going quickly then, because we had quite a bit more. So if there's 2 people that want it, just know we do have 2 of them. Moving on to a different style. That one was a natural bar of tourmaline, an unpolished, uncut bar that was just set in a jewelry setting. This is a polished black tourmaline into the teardrop setting. This piece is number 13. Did I get that right? No, I'm skipping ahead. Sorry team. I have to go in order so we don't give Tom an aneurysm. Just kidding. To keep it copacetic. Moving on to number 11, after number 10. This is number 11. This is a black tourmaline bracelet.
We have a bunch
Simple,
of those.
easy, quick way to keep yourself protected. And you can throw this on and take this off, right? You can wear it all the time, or you can just be like, hey, going into Boston, going in the city, could use some extra protection. Hey, going to a concert, or going camping, or going to see my ex, right? Could use some extra protection. So instead of carrying a whole huge big honking spear, this is a great way to just add a level of shielding.
Yeah, my dad wears 3 of them at once.
Yeah, he needs that extra protection. We do have more than one of these for anyone who wants one. We've got plenty. This was originally $10, and this evening you can have this for
$8.
This is an excellent unisex gift. I give these to all the males in my life. It's become very popular for dudes to wear bracelets, and so they just want a black one, right? They don't care. And so instead of them getting a plastic, black bracelet, right? Get them the black tourmaline. Keep them safety. Keep them safe and grounded and strong, which is what black tourmaline does. Moving on, number 12. Number 12 is a natural tourmaline. Just grew out of the ground that way, and they set it into a jewelry setting. This will come with a necklace cord as well, so you can hang it or wear it or gift it right away, which originally $10, and tonight you can receive it for $8. Put on your pet's collar. This is kind of long. You'd have to have a big dog, not a tiny little chihuahua, but a big dog, a Labrador Retriever would appreciate having such a hunk of protection on his collar. So that's number 12. Moving on to the last black tourmaline piece of the night. This is number 13. This is what I tried to show you a second ago. Polished into the teardrop form. Number 13. This was originally $13.
Number 12, Lisa, that's yours.
Yay! $10. And it was originally $10, and tonight you can have it for $8. This will also come with a necklace cord, so you can wear it, hang it, or gift it. We have more than one of a lot of these pieces, so even if you're seeing this after the sale, if it's still within 24 hours, just shoot us a message. Just say, hey, do you have any more of the teardrop pendants, or do you have any more of the spheres? Because we do have more than one, so even if someone claims it and you want one either right now, or if you're watching this within 24 hours, we've got them, we want to send them home to you. And obviously the discount still lasts for the whole 24 hours. So you'll get the price of the show. All right, those are our black tourmaline pieces. If you're just joining in, we did spheres, towers, pendants, and bracelets and little freeform like cubes. So if you want to see any of those either now or at the end of the show, let me know and we'll do that for you. Just summing that up, black tourmaline is about protection, grounding, centering, strength. It is the #1 stone for protection in my opinion. It protects you against like physical harm and physical theft specifically, and then it also protects you energetically. The only caveat I will put with that is that it is very heavy. And so if you are someone that struggles with chronic depression or suicidal ideation or anything like that, sometimes black tourmaline can be too much. I like to think of it as a weighted blanket. A weighted blanket can be wonderfully helpful in making you feel safe and secure and protected, but you can't wear the weighted blanket to work every day. You can't hide underneath the weighted blanket and never see the world. So I love black tourmaline. I put it everywhere. My friends and family will tell you that there is not one corner or windowsill in my home that doesn't have, you know, just a small piece of black tourmaline. But if you are someone that struggles with heaviness in your life, heavy depression, heavy sadness, There are many other stones for protection, like tiger's eye, jasper, that might be less heavy on your heart. Hematite and black tourmaline are very heavy. That's why they're the #1 stones for protection, but it can be too much for some people who need lightness in their life. And there is stones like tiger's eye and jasper and obsidian and other things like that, selenite, that are protective and a little bit lighter. Yeah. So glad you're loving it. Yeah. I do put the black tourmaline everywhere. And the cats try and like move it, and I, nope, that goes there. You put that right back in the corner, little kitty. Okay. Tiger's eye. Bum, 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 bum. #1. Nope, this is number 14.
Yeah. No, they just go in order.
Oh, duh. I'm so silly. Sorry, guys. I'm tired. Number 14. This is a tiger's eye pyramid. It is also beveled on the bottom. So wasn't that other black tourmaline tower that I showed you? Both of the towers are beveled on the bottom. This pyramid is beveled on the bottom. Now you know this. When you see this, you know that this is a mark of craftsmanship. This is a crafter who has been carving for a long time and takes pride in what they do because they didn't have to do that. There are plenty of pyramids that are not carved that way. So beautiful. The color, the gold, the striations, just takes my breath away. Pyramids are energy amplifiers. If you like a pyramid, you should definitely Google all the research that's been done about how pyramids amplify healing and amplify energy. And so when you have a pyramid in your home, it is a strong, directed, amplified force of crystal energy. Great for meditating with, great for decorating your home, great for having in a crystal grid. This was originally $30. Tonight you can have it for $24. This is number 14. Moving on to number 15. Same thing, just slightly different coloration. This is number 15. It was originally $30. You can have it tonight for $24. Get that pyramid energy. They are a decent size. That is a decent sized pyramid.
All right.
Yes. Tiger's eye is for protection, wisdom, and strategy. It gives you the wisdom to create good strategy to champion your battles and protects you while you triumph over your adversaries. How you like them apples? Number 16. This is an obelisk. 4-sided. It is a pyramid on the top, right? If you look at it from one side, it's a triangle. If you look at it from multiple sides, it's a pyramid. And it is a square on the bottom. That's an obelisk. Square on the bottom, pyramid on the top. 4 sides. Obviously, there are ancient obelisks all over the world. Egypt is known for their obelisks, so you can go down that rabbit hole of all the power that obelisks hold. They represent the 4 directions, the 4 elements. They conduct electricity and energetic vibrations. This obelisk is beveled on the sides. Again, not necessary. The carver could have left the sides pointed. It took his time and energy, effort, and dedication to bevel those sides so that they're flat. The bottom is also beveled. It's just beautiful. This is number 16. It was originally $12, and this evening you can have it for $10. This is huge. Excellent for protecting your home, your window, your bookcase, your nightstand. This is a generator, an 8-sided tower or generator. This one, the sides are not beveled because there's so many of them, but the bottom is. And you can see it's an octagon on the bottom. This one has a lot of gold. Oof. Tiger's eye is a warrior stone. It's showing up black on the screen. I promise you, it's not black. It's all brown and shades of gold. Sometimes she's just shy. There's none of this that is black. Tiger's eye is a warrior stone. Many different indigenous cultures, give tiger's eye to their warriors to protect them in battle and have them be strategic warriors.
And you can get this for $12.
Thank you! My brain is turning into mush. It's that time. $12. That was number
17.
That was number 17. You can have that for $12. This is number 18. Tiger's Eye Palm Stone. This palm stone was originally 20 buckaroos. This evening, with your 20% off discount, you are going to receive it for
16.
16. So you can take 17 away. Nice job, Sarah.
Congrats.
Number 18 is $16. $16 for this huge palm stone. This is excellent for meditating with, napping with, taking to work, taking in the car, using it as a worry stone or a touchstone, sleeping with. Excellent.
This one's really pretty.
Yeah.
Really nice.
This is a heart. Number 19. Beautiful striping in this. Beautiful. This is number 19, and it was originally $15, and tonight you can receive it for $12. I don't know what side is the front and what side is the back because they are equally stunning, right? Maybe there's someone in your life who holds your heart and you want to give them a little bit more protection and wisdom around their heart space. So this is number 19, and you can have that for...
that is $12.
$12.
Now a great piece.
Number 19 to Jamie. Excellent choice.
Awesome.
This is also Tiger's Eye. Tiger's Eye comes in 3 colors: gold, blue, and red. This is a blue tiger's eye. Blue tiger's eye is the rarest shade of tiger's eye. Red is the second rarest shade. Gold is the most common. We only have a few. This is the only blue tiger's eye generator that we have in the shop, and then we have some like little slabs, they're not tumbled, they're like little polished slabs, that you can fit in your hand. And that's the only blue tiger's eye that we have. Blue tiger's eye is specifically protective of your spiritual self and your mental self. They say it's the best stone for protection on like astral travel, meditation, journeying, shamanic journeying, that it specifically protects your psychic abilities and your mental abilities. This is number 20. It was originally $65, and tonight you can have it for
$52.
$52. It's got some touches of the gold tiger's eye, and then it's blue, a deep navy blue, but with like silver gray striations. It's so shiny and polished. Obviously, this one is carved. It doesn't grow out of the earth that way. It was carved this way. It's so shiny. Sometimes it's hard to pick up number 20, $65 tonight for $52. Blue tiger's eye. This is a 6-sided generator or tower. Moons. We don't have multiple of that blue tiger's eye tower, but almost everything else, the pyramids and the palm stones and the generators and the moon, we have more than one. So if someone claims it and you still want it, or if you're watching the replay later, like I said, just let us know. We have a big warehouse full of crystals, so we'll buy one for you. This is number 12. Perfect.
It's for $4 today.
$4 in your pocket, in your bra, in your purse, in your wallet, in your car, in your lunchbox, your backpack. Take that tiger's eye with you.
All right, now some jewelry.
My favorite. Get that protection right on your arm, right? Tiger's eye, warrior stone. Get that protection right on you. This is number 22. It's a tiger's eye bracelet. And it was originally $10, and this evening you can receive it for...
Sorry, what was that?
Number 22 was originally $10.
Then it is $8.
$8 for protection on your wrist. This is an excellent stone for the men in your life. This is a masculine stone. This is a grounding and protective stone. This is a warrior stone. Congrats, Jamie. The moon is so precious. And just like the moon, know that you are perfect just as you are, no matter what phase you're in. We're not only perfect when we're whole, the moon reminds us we are just as we should be in every phase. So yes, excellent for, and I mean, it's not just for men. I wear a tiger's eye bracelet all the time, but I do know for the men in my life that I want them to have some crystals in their life and they're just not about it. If you get them a cool bracelet, you know, the cool dudes at the bar or at the game are now starting to have cool bracelets on. So, you know, instead of some rubber or plastic bracelet, get him a nice tiger's eye. He'll thank you for it.
These are pretty nice.
Again, like, if you don't want these, that's cool, because I do. They match my outfit, my personality, very much Queen of Sheba, Nubian queen vibe with these bad boys. They are pierced. So gotta have pierced ears for these. This is number 23. They were originally $45. You can receive them tonight for
$36.
$36. They are big, but they are lightweight. You know, they definitely are bigger, but they are not heavy. They are not a big, hollow, solid chunk of heavy metal. They're not heavy. They hang beautifully. This is the part, obviously, that goes in your ear, and then that hangs down beautifully. I believe these we only have one of, so if these are calling to you, they are pretty. Oh, good, I'm glad. Yeah, this is number 23, and you can have that for
36.
36.
This is also only one. And
only one. Look at that. Oh, what? Such solar plexus energy. Tiger's eye is about solar plexus. What a beautiful encapsulation of the golden ray. This is your confidence. This is your power. This is your willpower and your drive and your self-esteem. This is the golden ray that radiates out from your solar plexus. This is number 24. It was originally $55. And tonight you can have this for
$44.
$44. This is a big piece, guys. That's a statement piece. $44 for protection and wisdom and the golden ray right on the chest. All right, that is what we have this evening for you for crystals. We did black tourmaline, spheres, towers, pendants, bracelets, and free forms. We did tiger's eye, pyramids, towers, palm stones, bracelets, earrings, and pendants. If you would like to see anything again, if you were hemming and hawing, not sure, now's the moment. Okay, Andrew's gonna go home and go to bed soon. So if you're gonna get anything out of him, it's gonna be right now. And then our giveaway. The
beautiful giveaway.
In and of itself, right? This is worth staying and commenting. So last chance, calling out to all of those of you in cyberspace. If you have been trolling us and ghosting us and refusing to comment or interact, this is it. I'm telling you. Comment. Say, hey, howdy doody, how you doing? Everybody who's already commented, don't worry. Tom has got your name in the list of names. We're going to put Andrew's name in as the resident wizard. And you can receive a selenite Merkaba, which is huge. Selenite is about removing negativity and replacing it with positivity. The Merkaba is a sacred geometric symbol, and it's how the soul is said to travel through the ether. And it's all about putting your mind, traveling with your mind, which is a powerful thing. So before we spin the wheel of names and pick a winner, does anyone have any questions or anything that they want to see. You guys have been great asking questions in the moment about what crystals to use for what. So if you have any questions, now's the moment. We love to answer questions. We love to be quizzed. If you want to see any of the crystals again, we're happy to show them to you. Just a reminder that we're going to be at the Brimfield Market this week, the Brimfield Fair, the antique fair that happens in Brimfield, Mass, 4 times a year. This is their summer event. They do it summer, fall, winter, spring. They must do a winter because they do 4. So anyways, it must be winter, fall, spring, and summer. It's outdoors, so that's why I was hesitating on the winter one, but maybe they do it a little bit earlier before this.
Yes, Evie, we do have multiple Tiger's Eye moons.
We do. If you want one, let us know right now. Yeah, we can absolutely put we down one. Just say yes, Evie, yes to the moon. Oh, do they only do 3? Thank you, Gabby. Put my foot right in my mouth. Because I was thinking, how do they do a winter one with the snow? It's an outdoor market. Okay, 3. Thank you. So we're doing a Brimfield Market. We're doing the Brimfield Market, and I'm so excited to be doing the summer version. Go over there and stop. Yeah, I'm excited. It's like from 6 o'clock in the morning until 4 p.m. Tuesday through Sunday. I'll be there every day. The shop is open. Our store is Funky Stuff in Worcester, Mass. And the store is open Monday through Friday, 11 to 6 p.m. And we're open Saturday and Sunday, 10 to 6 p.m. Our online store is open 24/7. So we'll ship it to you from the online store, or you can come and see us at the shop. We're open every day. We are a wholesale store as well. So if you have a business, we do have a wholesale warehouse that you just need a tax ID number. You can come and make a wholesale account with us and check out our wholesale. We're going to be at Brimfield all week. I'm so excited. We're also at the SOA Market in Boston every weekend on Sundays, and we're going to do, they're also doing a food truck event at SOA in Boston on Saturday that we'll be at. We were just at Levitate. I know some of you were asking about that. We were just at Levitate. We're also in Plymouth Plymouth, New Hampshire for their arts festival that they do like twice a month on the weekends. And let's see, what else? There's so many good things on the list. Our Tom just put in the Funky Stuff event calendar. There's only so much I can remember in my cute little head. So hopefully we're coming to an event near you and you can check us out and come and see us in the wild.
Michelle, I would say that a good way to go about communicating with spirits is to first not show fear. That's the big one, is that definitely don't be afraid.
Because they are feeding off your fear.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And they want you to be more afraid because that's fuel for them. Someone who is sovereign in their power, they can't even touch.
Exactly. And then now it's just pure communication. And if it's a good spirit, they don't want to do that anyways, but they'll come across you. But I would say talk, feel what you feel, hear what you hear. Everyone has it happen differently. I happen to see things and hear things. Some people just feel things. Some people feel like they're being told something. And that feeling is, they're being spoken to. You're not always going to be audible. You're not always going to be able to see things. Sometimes you can. So it's a matter of playing around and experimenting with what you find that you're able to do. So
these all have names as well. Yeah, clairsentient, clairaudient, clairvoyant. Mm-hmm. Did you put Evie down for a moon? Because she said yes. Okay. Everything Andrew said was true, right? Getting quiet, whether you're praying or meditating or listening. You could also try having a notebook and a pen, doing some automatic writing, right? So you're either gonna hear something, see something, smell something, feel something. And so it can be helpful just to have them either write through you or to write down whatever's happening in the moment. That way your logical mind doesn't have a chance to like latch on and be like, oh, well, you're just seeing that because you saw that in a movie, or you're just hearing that's probably the neighbors. Like, you can have those thoughts, but let's save them for later, right? Just write down everything you're smelling, the temperature. Is it tingling? Is it warm? Is it cold? Are you suddenly thinking of someone that you weren't thinking of before, right? Write it all down and then let then let your logical mind tear it apart or deconstruct it if that's what needs to happen. But just let the information, the message come through, right? So getting quiet, listening, feeling, smelling, seeing, writing down. And then I would choose a crystal and a form of smudging that have to do with protection. Those are such easy ways to protect. Crystals and incense are readily available, and they do all the work without you having to do that much. There's plenty of crystals that are protective. All they do is hold a protective vibration. That's it. And that's why crystals are so helpful, because humans are very susceptible and unpredictable, and we're constantly changing. And crystals, a protective crystal is a protective crystal 24/7, 365, right? So just having it with you, it is already emanating a protective field. The same thing goes with Palo Santo, sage, sweetgrass, copal, frankincense, myrrh. Those herbs and resins already have a protective nature just by burning them. So I would say that those are probably the two steps that I would suggest. Get a protective crystal, get a protective form of incense or smudging, and salt. Salt in every single culture is protective. And so whether you have a little satchel, take a little velvet baggie, write a little satchel and put some salt in it and sit on it when you do your meditation, or put your crystals on the salt, put a ring of salt around where you're sitting, there's so many different ways. Put a little salt under your bed or whatever, but I think that those are really easy ways to protect yourself when you're doing this kind of work.
And it looks like we are ready.
Woo!
To pick
who?
For, where's the camera? Oh, there you go.
Tom wants it authentic.
There.
He wants everyone to see these little tiny blueberries that he made. Last time I just talked about how small the paper was. I didn't show you. Tiny blueberries, everybody's name is in there. Ooh. A salt lamp would absolutely work. Himalayan salt, so salt lamps are made from Himalayan salt.
Oh, we got one flying.
Oh, yeah, I got it, Andrew. Himalayan salt is from the Himalayas. The Himalayas are the tallest mountain range in the world, so I think that that salt is extra sacred, and I actually only eat like Himalayan salt with my food. When I buy salt like for the table, I only buy Himalayan salt, and I like a Himalayan salt scrub. That's a great way to remove like energetic attachments. So let me pick a winner, because I know everybody's waited on bated breath, but I actually like Himalayan salt the best because it is from the highest mountain range in the world and is very sacred. Okay. The winner. Who needs this Merkaba the most? Linda Martell Nash.
Congrats.
Bum, 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 bum. Linda Martell Nash, you are the proud recipient and winner of today's Crystal Convo live sale. Woohoo! Congratulations, Linda. You are so very welcome. This is a piece you'll have for a lifetime. This is a piece you'll have for a lifetime. Sending it with so much love. Yeah. Please look up Merkaba. There's so much science and information behind it. This will be something you have for a lifetime and then pass down to the next generation. Congratulations. It's beauty, for sure.
Okay.
We can't wait to see you next Monday.
Yes.
And have another giveaway, right? There's always a chance. Every time you're here, oh, you are so welcome. Thank you for watching. Do we have more Merkabas like that? Yes.
I haven't seen one.
Do we have it in a different material? There are no Merkabas at the shop. Oh boy.
I'm trying to think.
Okay.
I'm trying to think.
I would call, because we had plenty, and sorry, off screen, always sliding the wrong way. We had a bunch, and they've been selling like crazy. So Andrew could be correct. This could be our last one, but I would call the shop and ask them and have them just look around, because we had a bunch. But they could all be sold out. Everybody loves it. Yeah, absolutely. Rewatch later. The information and the knowledge is there for you, and then the sale is for 24 hours. So watch at your leisure. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, Linda, direct message us. Let us know if you want it shipped or if you're going to come pick it up. Oh, I'm so glad, Jamie. I'm so glad you stopped by and you got some moons and... Yeah. Gabby says she always sees them in there. That's what I mean. So we usually have them, but they're very popular and things sell out, and we can only get what we can get from our suppliers. So it might not be there.
Perfect.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you all for watching. Thank you all for listening to us talk about spirits, ghosts, creatures, and demons. And I love having all of you here talking with each other, talking with us, sharing stories, asking questions, spreading all that knowledge. So thank you for that. And yeah, I'm excited for next week. So hope you all have a great week.
Thank you so much for joining us. We love it. We hope everyone has a wonderful week. Take all you've learned and make the world a better place. Thank you to our Funky Stuff crew. Thank you to Tom and Kai and Adrian and Andrew. I'm Coral. We're part of your Funky Stuff team, and we absolutely love being here with you. Thank you for sharing your evening with us. Congratulations to all the winners. May you love each and every moment with your new crystal pieces.
Longest credits ever. There's a secret scene at the end.
Everyone wait for the credits. They're going to show another crystal at the end.